Good evening, everybody. We are back with some Cobalt Core. What's going on here? Sorry, just give me a second. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Okay, so Olaf, very good to see you. I am sorry to say I've had exactly one coffee today. I am doing my best to try and um, do earlier mornings, and so I've actually decided to try and cut both the tea and and the coffee for today and see if that fixes anything. I don't think it will, but big day tomorrow, so I'm doing my best, but I must apologize in advance because I know coffee is near and dear to your heart, especially later in the evening for me. But we are here for some Cobalt Core. I just need to get a couple things set up and we can jump in. And I do feel like, I don't entirely regret doing Sunshine Heavy Industries last week. I really enjoyed that, and I'm glad that people enjoyed that. However, it did take longer than I was expecting, and there was a very clear moment where it wouldn't really have made sense to. It really wouldn't have made sense to continue doing Cobalt Core with that little time left. So I do intend to do full Cobalt Core this time around. Like I said, I think it's nice to be able to show off a few things. I was particularly delighted to find out that there are a couple of people who watch the YouTube channel who are actually already fans of Cobalt Core and Sunshine Heavy Industries. And it just happened to be that the time that it took me to, between playing on Twitch and then uploading it and having it be available on YouTube was long enough that people just kind of assumed that wasn't something that I was covering. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how this game is a bit more popular within my network than I was expecting. Anyways, I am definitely looking forward to playing some more of this. I am going to try and be a little more strict in terms of the time that I finish, and not for want of fun. I think it's pretty clear that Cobalt Core is very much my kind of thing. But like I said, I do actually have a fairly big day tomorrow, and just generally, there's a lot of things that I need to do. I tried to set aside some time over the last couple of days to just catch up on some personal projects, and that time more or less evaporated. So, I'm trying to make it so that I do not pay that back with late nights. But I do want to try and be a little bit more responsible with bedtimes and such. But let's not think about that for a couple more hours. This is Cobalt Core. This is a wonderful game by Rocket Rat Games. It is published by Brace Yourself Publishing. If I recall correctly, it is the third of 3 projects that they announced as part of their publishing arm. So the first one was Godless, which we will absolutely be returning to on the Wednesdays. I really enjoyed Godless, and in fact, the developer reached out from playing it, and I was really happy to have a bit of an interaction. I think they're doing a wonderful job with it, but unfortunately, life is being what it is. It can be difficult to make sure that there's enough time for everything. So I've definitely been wanting to sort of fold in a few more games over time. The other ones as part of Brace Yourself Publishing were Super Raft Boat Together, which again is very enjoyable. Not necessarily co-op, but definitely designed for co-op, hence the together in the name sort of shooter. It's a bit roguelike, so you can sort of imagine this as a bit of a almost a Risk of Rain sort of style game, but another very enjoyable one. And the third announced and third released is Cobalt Core, which is a deck building roguelike. So the biggest comparisons that I would make would be Slay the Spire and Into the Breach, although a lot of people also make the connection with FTL, and it's not entirely unfair, although I would say of the subset games, I feel a little bit more close to Into the Breach. But with that in mind, clearly I am a very big fan of Brace Yourself games. I'm also a very big fan of Rocket Rat games now, having played this and Sunshine Heavy Industries. But it should be mentioned that Brace Yourself kindly sent me a key for Cobalt Core, and so I am playing a copy that was given for promotional purposes, although my enthusiasm is genuine. And it's funny because this was one for completely unreasonable reasons, it turns out, but I was rather concerned that this might be the one where I'd be on the fence about it. The art style was wonderful, but I don't always jump into deck builders. Sometimes sometimes I bounce off of them. But I feel very foolish for thinking that I was a bit concerned about Cobalt Core, simply because this is so delightful, and yeah, so my enthusiasm is genuine, but it is always good to get these disclosures out of the way. So let us jump in, and I guess I need to pick my new crew. At some point I should probably be trying to boost the difficulties, although at the moment I am sort of hoping to learn a little bit more in terms of the story. So I would like to unlock more story. I'd like to unlock more ships. Neither of those things seem to be accomplished with harder difficulties, at least obviously. So let's think about our composition. So Dizzy is the one whose story I've been pursuing so far. This makes it a little bit difficult for me because Riggs is a very helpful character, but we've already gotten their whole story. So I'm actually not opposed to doing Dizzy, Perry, and Isaac because this is close to a strong combination that I had before. We also have the option, so the Jupiter, a comms vessel with no cannons of its own. It launches special Jupiter drones that channel its attacks. Actually, if memory serves, this was probably the reason why I'd selected Isaac. So let's run with this group for a start. And again, at some point I do want to try raising the difficulty, but it'd be nice to sort of get a bit of a better feeling in terms of some of the various characters. The one I've struggled with so far is Max, so at some point I would like to learn that. System time corrupted. Please select a boot option. So we can gain a common artifact, pick from 3 uncommon cards, remove a card, then gain 1 of 3 common cards. Let's get an artifact. Overclocked generator, gain 1 energy every 3rd turn. Hey y'all, cryosleep's over. You know the drill. Ugh, where am I? Hey, it's Isaac. Who's Isaac? Oh right, memories. Do you remember anything before the incident? I'm a drone specialist, I think. Good enough. Okay. Hostile Vex vessel detected. We are up against the CCD-19 Cicada. Oh. So this is going to make things kind of interesting. So the drone is my only, it's my only source of attack. I'm not sure I like this. Oh, but no, I actually see how this can build up. So I definitely want some more movement, but now this is going to crash into it, so that doesn't help me too much. But if I lunge like so, okay. Now one option I have is just to do the shield surge and fire away. I could also just launch one of the drones here. Okay. Seems to me like this is a win no matter what, but... Alright, this is going to get interesting. So pick a card. Pick a card to preview its upgrades. Now, it's not entirely clear how Overdrive interacts with the drones. We can launch a missile, or we could launch a space mine. I do like the idea of a low-cost damage. Alright, so this is already getting kind of interesting. So this is an obvious one where we launch out the space mine. Okay, so I potentially take damage with the lunge here. But I think I have... Well, I don't quite have the full solution, but... Ooh, I made... Nope, I still have a solution. So no basic shot, but... I don't know if the lunge really helps me at this point, but... Okay, it's a little more encouraging. So a good idea here would be to do the basic dodge. I do wind up taking some damage on the wing, but we do more damage to the enemy as a result. I'm actually going to wait on the rest because the attack drone here is a bad idea. Parallel shift would move the mine out of the way. So, yeah. Okay, dropping another space mine seems like a good idea. I'm wondering if there's a better way. I can't seem to get enough shifts going here, but... Okay, another Jupiter drone. So I'm going to take potentially 4 damage here. I think it would be a good idea for me to... Well, let's just hunker down, so... Oh, I messed that up. Alright, we're going to take some damage on the ship. Not a fatal amount by any stretch, but... shifting doesn't do a whole lot for me, so let's just... There we go. Alright, yeah, so this is going to take a little getting used to, but I am interested. Shift shot seems like a pretty good one. Deflection's always tempting because of the fact that I can multiply the damage many times over the turrets. But I think I'm going to go for the shift shot here. Is anyone else getting a really bad headache? No, it's from that high-pitched static. What is that? Ah, you all again. Hello. Which one of you shall I teach this time? Let's go for some more... I'll go for some Isaac cards. Battalion. Okay, so launch offset. Launch an object 1 space is to the left of your missile bay. It's an attack drone. Shield drone. Okay, so I get neighboring... Yeah, the neighboring seems kind of fun. Cool. Energy readings are back to normal. Okay. I can fight or I can upgrade. It's actually a hard call in this case. Let's fight. Okay, so the missile may be a problem, but maybe I don't worry about that quite yet. So if I do the battalion, I can't do anything else. So let's start with a space mine. I'm probably going to regret that because of the missile next turn, but... yeah, I don't have any... I don't have any real protection. Okay. It's not enough to kill them. Okay, so... there we go. Striker Squadron seems tempting, but we sacrifice in energy the next day. I think we go for that still. Dead or alive, baby? Alive! No. Okay, so it is tempting to hit the cockpit. This is my big cool attack. So from the developer chat, like from the stream when the developers were playing the game, apparently that was originally a like a line for the, like a test line. You know what? I'm going to take a bunch of damage doing this, but we're going to do Striker Squadron and Jupiter's Moons. So we're taking 3 damage, one of which will be absorbed by the shield, but I'm hoping that this puts me in a good position for next turn. Not... like, I'm not exactly singing songs about how great this turn is going to be, but do the multi-shot. I don't really see any advantage to keeping, like, Attack Drone Mark II. It'd be nice if they stuck around for the extra damage, but... okay. So if I can deliver some damage here, now is the time. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of defense. Okay. So the answer here is going to be Jupiter's Moons, then we shift shot. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that it threw them so far away. Alright, so definitely a space mine. And this, yeah. Okay, this is definitely an interesting ship to work with, but it's definitely gonna take some getting used to. Drone Piercer, drones that attack the enemy ship pierce. Okay, that's pretty much required. Adaptive. Oh man, this is a really good one too. All right. Did you guys miss me? Oh, now this is an interesting problem to deal with. So, we're full of. It's full of mines. Okay, I am kind of curious here, so... So I'd love to try... It's all mid-row objects. Okay, so that answers that. So the shift to the right doesn't help me. I think I'm willing to eat the Striker Squadron. Okay, so that actually opened me up to more damage than I was expecting. So my best hope here is to do the shift shot. Well, even then that becomes painful. Wow. Okay, so surge block. Yeah, we're out of... I think that's it. Yeah. I think there's a way I could have saved that, but I wasn't really thinking... I wasn't thinking straight. So I'm not going to change that configuration. I think I have an idea about how to make it work, but I definitely let that fall apart. So, system time corrupted. Please select a boot option. Place warp prep with a boss artifact. Gain a common artifact. We'll go for the artifact again. Fracture detection. So, one random enemy part is made brittle at the start of the fight. Oh man, I'll never get used to this. It's like waking up from a dream I've dreamt 1,000 times. The details fade as I try to remember them. Interesting, no one else has reported dreams. This might be an actual data point about how this time loop works. What happens in the dream? I remember standing on the surface of a barren planet. There's a blinding flash on the horizon, and a white sphere of light that expands to fill the sky. I wake up just before the blast reaches me. Oh, that's just a normal anxiety dream. Ah. Okay, now interestingly, it doesn't say... Oh, it's not marked as brittle until it's damaged. Okay, that's gonna make... that's gonna give me something to think about. So... First drone, second drone... Like books of the Bible. And we found the brittle part. No! I meant to put out the Jupiter's moons. So technically, this parallel shift doesn't exactly help me. I think I'll go for the block shot. I think I'm gonna go through the tougher path because this allows me 2 strong encounters. Alright, this is gonna get interesting. This is such a small enemy. Okay, well, found the brittle bit. Well, that's inconvenient. I don't think I can take a full 4, so I'm going to Jupiter's Moon's multi-shot. That actually worked a little bit better than I was expecting. I didn't realize they'd jumped the full distance. Okay. If I've got a clever idea of how to make... this may work, actually. Nope, because now there's only going to be 2, but we do block the damage. Okay, oh, out of moves. All right. How you doing, Nearly Logical? So obviously we've been doing a bit better the first couple rounds here. So gain a drone shift and 3 pebbles. A pebble launch an object from your missile bay is an asteroid, will block 1 attack before being destroyed. This is fun, I just don't know if I like the idea of giving up 2, so I'm going to go for the multi-shot. Given that we're cloning our attacks, this seems like a good general move to make. So I want Jupiter's Moon's shift. Oh, now I can't use it for the multi-shot. All right, well that's a shame, but I do want to protect myself, so. Oh, that's right, I also don't have the piercing anymore. I'm fighting the last battle. Okay, there's no dodging that damage. Well, not entirely true. I can bring up Jupiter's Moon, well, so let's do that. And in this case, I do like the idea of continuing to protect myself, so we'll do the block shot. God, these things, just 2 of those already are a very powerful attack. Yep, it's so specifically because we're bringing in Isaac, but it does seem to combine well with the Jupiter ship, which actually doesn't have a cannon on its own. So momentum is tempting, but we are going to go for the shift shot just because of what it's enabled in other cases. Weapon's hot. Okay. My drone should be able to find that brittle point pretty fast. Question is, do I want that to be the one? Okay, so I'm going to do an attack drone. I'm going to shift it to the left. Then I'm going to do Jupiter's Moons. Oh, I don't even have the multi-shot. That's a shame. Okay. I am running out of options here. It's the best I could do in the circumstances. So I'm definitely going to have to lunge. It's also worth noting we haven't found the other brittle point yet. wind up taking quite a bit of damage. It's a waste of the Jupiter, but... Okay, so I'm gonna get hit hard, unless I can come up with a... So blocking with the attack drone isn't sufficient. We either need to kill this thing or I need to give myself a whole bunch more armor. Honestly, I don't think I have what it takes to see this through to the end. So I'll put on a brave face. Yeah, wasn't quite enough to seal the deal, so I think we're dead. Yep. Alright. I will learn. System time corrupted. Please select a boot option. Radar subwoofer, Jupiter exclusive artifact. Jupiter drones do 1 more damage when directly in front of your comms. Isaac, can we do anything about this cryosickness? I've been reviewing our logs and it's hurting our crisis response metrics by 5.2% in the first fight. Crisis response metrics? Is that something the ship reports to us? I don't see that on my terminal. Where is it? Oh no, I've been keeping a spreadsheet. Spreadsheet? Like by hand? Can I see? Yeah, don't make fun of me. Nice, how'd you get this column formatted like this? It's, here, I made some functions to help with that. Look here. Wow, this is such a good spreadsheet. Thank you. Okay, now, one problem I have here is it's not immediately clear what the comms are. I should have tried, Jupiter. Okay. Well, I guess I'll get the answer. Oh, here's comms. All right. Okay. Just need one more. There we go. Flex move. Flex move's actually pretty tempting, but I'm going to do the shift shot. It doesn't really matter between these two, I don't think, but I'll go down the middle path. Hi, how's your loop going? Fine, you? Great, I installed a hot tub in the bridge of my ship, but I keep raising the temperature and it doesn't feel like it's getting any warmer. So, missiles again? Yes, please. How the hell do I even solve this? So I can't exactly just do the attack drone like this. So I think my best bet here is to... Actually, okay, yeah, this is fine. So you basically solve it by throwing this stuff at Sagan's mid-row. But man, this is gonna be a real challenge. Okay, well that attack drone doesn't help, but... I wanted to try and take out the homing one, but... it's the best I got. The lunge might have made a bit more sense to protect him from the next batch here, but... Okay. Oh, this is fun. I messed that up. But he should still make it. We have saved Saugans in every one. Hey, I'm alive. I can't thank you enough, so I won't. Okay, fine. I'll offer you one treat. The hard drive I found earlier, so missile malware, missile malfunction, the ship's missiles and drones will launch backwards. I think I'll go for the artifact. Oh man, we keep getting fracture detection. No, that's fine. I wasn't using that anyway. Okay. Yeah, we're just hitting the shields and not really doing anything. So we either need a lot more of my Jupiter shots, or I need to find that weak point. Well, we've got something to start with. I'm not crazy about this, but... Ooh, I could have done more with that basic shot. That was goofy. Alright, best I got for this turn. I get the feeling I'm gonna wind up making a very foolish mistake here, but oh my god, that was terrible. Alright. Found the weak part. Just can't capitalize on it now. Yeah, that could have gone better, but... Solar Breeze is a free card. I'll definitely take that. Okay. So I think... early shot, and then we shift to... Yeah, there we go. So that gets the threat out of the way. Presumably it comes back to me. Yep, it does. So we follow up with Jupiter's Moons. Then I can lunge an attack, and we still get an attack drone for our efforts. Well, this is tidy. Hard to say no to a couple of piercing attacks, especially, so if you think about this one with the... Oh no, it's only adding one. Still, this is a tough one to say no to, because if I get that piercing attack and split it over a bunch of drones, yeah, let's give this a shot. Okay. I could use some relief in terms of armor. Let's do Jupiter's Moons for a start, then we'll do Solar Breeze, we'll move that out of the way, so then we get a second one of these out. And this should clear my ship. Okay, well that's inconvenient. But I can move, so... So I really want to add the wave... we still can. The lunge actually still makes the most sense. Jettison Hatch, you may remove 2 cards that repair yards. I'm never going to use that, but... Hey, look! Target practice! Alright. I feel like we've got a grudge going against this guy now, so... Doesn't even make sense for me to jump at this point. Not really. It's still gonna suck, but... Alright. You know, the usual drill. We can Solar Breeze our way out of this. Okay, this is gonna sting, and it's not solved by just throwing a drone in front of it. So... Jupiter's Moon to shift. Good. There's no difference in the damage that I take if I move the ship over one more time, so... It's looking bad. It sure is. Alright. So now I need to find a way to repair. And... Still going for Striker Squadron. Nanofiber hull, heal 1 after each combat. At the start of combat, gain a temp shield equal to your missing hull. That would actually be pretty helpful. Let's see if I can pull this off. Honk honk, here come 3 clowns in a clown car. Okay, it's not the end of the world. Oh no. This isn't useful to me at all. I'm going to take the opportunity to build up my shields. Well, that didn't help. I think I wanted solar, but I must have hit something different. Well, that's inconvenient. So I figure he'll chase me, and then we get a chance to let her rip with our own people, so... There we go. And Space Mine. Okay, Gravel Recycler. Gain a temp shield every time an asteroid is destroyed. Cockpit lock on. All enemy cockpits start with weak. An ion converter at the end of your turn. More than 0 energy. Gain a shield. We'll do the ion converter. Good afternoon, is it? Can I get you anything? Let's repair the hull. Patched up. Okay, Space Mine seems like a good start. Just trying to think if there's a fancy way I can work this to my advantage. So that's going to hit me next turn in terms of my capabilities. I think we'll go aggressive. There's something of an argument to get my shields up, but we are going to repair at the end of this this fight. Now I don't really have enough Jupiter's moons for wave charge to be useful here. I can, however, lunge and... Yeah, let's see where this takes us. Ooh, right. I didn't think that through. All right. Okay, Jupiter's moons. So Solar Breeze will free things up for another one of these. I only really get the 3 damage, but it's better than nothing. Not quite what I had planned, but... Yeah, again, another case of me definitely not thinking things through. I don't think I'm going to get any better than the current opportunity, so... Figure even if we're getting little chips, it's still... oh yeah, this is a great start. So, and we're fully repaired. Cool. Weaken hull will actually be devastating if I've got multiple Jupiter cannons up, so I think that's a good call. So Genesis, gain 1 of 2 common artifacts, then gain 1 of 2 common artifacts, then gain 1 of 2 common artifacts, and add 3 Genesis canisters to your deck. Seems like a wasteful... Okay, so I get 3... I get 3 common artifacts, and in exchange, I have a bunch of packaging that I need to undo over the course of my next encounters. So alternatively, with Warp Prep, 3 shield and 3 evade is actually very tempting because that's full shields for me. And then High Frequency Intercom, draw +2 cards every turn. You are offered 1 less card in the post-battle card rewards. You may no longer skip any card rewards. I don't mind the High Frequency Intercom. I was tempted for Genesis, but Warp Mastery actually seems very good in terms of survival, so... Howdy! Hey Books, how's it going? Got a new crystal fact. Did you know that if you hold one and wish really hard, you can travel through space and time? That's cute. Well, we better get going. Check it out. 3, 2... What? Okay. Pure and simple like a hammer to the forebrain. It would have been nice to weaken hull, but let's do the damage that we can. Okay, well that one's a bit of a no-brainer. I really would have liked to put a space mine there. I wonder... I think we can make this work. So I don't see any value in doing the other... Well, we can do another Jupiter's Moons here, but... Alright. That's a bit of an inconvenient move. Yeah, this'll work. I still like block shot. Okay, let's think about our path through. So I do like the question marks. I don't think we have a path that lets us take on both of the tough enemies. So let's go, if we move like this, we get 2 question marks and an artifact. Yeah, so. Stardog, the DX3 Missler. Your ship is suboptimal. Good luck. I don't think he really means good luck. So don't have the option to weaken hull, but... So my best bet here, we start with the attack, so then we can move 1 to the left here. Well, I could have also shifted the drones. And it's better to do the damage. be something to start with. I only have one move to the left here, so... Well, mind you. I was trying to think of a way I could hit him with the space mine, but... I think I'll just go for a lunge. Oh. Bit of overkill, but hey. Alright. Now this gets interesting. So we can move this one up. We can add Wave Beam. So that's 4 damage total. We also found the weak spot. I can live with that because between the multi-shot and then the shift shot, if I had to, that was a pretty tidy amount of damage. And I think I'll go for multi-shot again because that's pretty devastating. Sunshine Heavy Industries. Bet you won't let us shuffle all your ship parts. Please don't. It'll be fun. Shovel me. Okay, this'll take some getting used to, but trust me, this is optimal. How is this better? Oh god, how do I even make this work? Okay, the weird part here is I need something to hit the enemy ship for this to work. Oh, I'm an idiot. We haven't done any damage to the hull yet. I've really blown this. Didn't solve this heavy missile though. I definitely could have done this better. Okay, this is unfortunately playing not to lose as opposed to playing to win, so this isn't going to last too much longer. This is not good. Yeah. Okay, I'm definitely struggling this time around. Yeah. I'll confess, I am feeling a little out of it, but I don't exactly want to ditch out of Cobalt Core just because I'm not feeling super focused on the game. Let's do 2 random upgrades. Okay. So, let's start with the attacker drone, then we move on Jupiter's moons, and then multi-shot. Okay. I'm trying to find a way to make... I think we just accept what we've been given. There we go. I'm good at the first ones. We'll do Wave. Wave Beam has helped me in the past. I do like the idea of still taking on big enemies, so we'll try again. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about this, but... yeah, that was ridiculously foolish. Oh, and then I didn't leave myself the option for Jupiter's moons. Okay, this is pretty much the run. The run's already dead. I won't fully give up. Like it's worth playing this stuff through to the end just so you can learn, but I did not do myself any favors. Is the ship supposed to make that sound? Yeah, man, this was a very, very creative way of approaching the hello temp mine, of approaching the game. All right. Now the funny thing is, I think if they go left when this attack drone goes after me, that actually kills my ship. Okay, no, it's a move of 2. Fair enough. That sucks that I had to find that out on that particular attack, though. Okay, now I do have the option to move. We'll lunge first. Saves the drone from being attacked. Can't get more than 1, but honestly at this point, any hull damage is better than none. The Gnat is a really challenging ship to take down with drones. Okay, so I want to attack first. There we go. So basic shot probably won't be sufficient, but I can and dodge. Oh yeah, I could have moved and then we would have done more than one attack. All right, let's try that again. I like the space mine just because it's a nice blocker rather than using my my Jupiters. Huh. I was picking up a signal at this abandoned shipyard, but as soon as we dropped out of hyperspace, it vanished. Ooh, mystery signal. We could try and patch up the hull. Yeah, let's give that a shot. Okay, we're patched up. Aw, no weird space monster or whatever? Well, looks like I'm up against it. I might take a little bit of a break just to see if I can clear my head a bit, but let's see if we can get past Drake. Let's dance. Yeah, hell. Alright, so this is the one for the space mine. Move to the side, Jupiter, and then we get our multi-shot. Okay, so we can stun shot to protect. This won't do the damage, but at least we get 2 up. I was trying to think where the wave beam might fit. So it's hard to argue with the drone piercer. Oh man, yeah, we really need those. Okay, so just so I can be clear on this, drones that attack the enemy ship pierce. So that seems to be any damage. Which means wave beam isn't as useful as it used to be, but... Okay, so payback. Whenever this ship immediately shoots a 2 damage attack. So that means I want to... Well, one of 2 things. I either want to get the mine in the way, or I want to get out of the way of the attack. I prefer getting out of the way. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any proper attacks to do. But I guess I can stop the... Okay, apparently that still did damage. So piercing is preposterously effective for some of these turrets. Other ones, you know, the ships don't care. They're not relying on shields. But do I want another parry or do I want a wave? Well, wave beam isn't as useful to me anymore. So an armored bay, shield memory, or radar subwoofer. No, we'll do radar subwoofer. You are too easy to find. All right. Now, we haven't exactly had the easiest time with this guy. All right. I do like the parry idea, but I don't have any, like, drones to... excuse me, to do the dirty work, so... excuse me. The space mine is nice, but that's still not gonna... That's not gonna solve my long-term problem, so we'll do the stun shot. I take a bit of damage, but at least I mitigate the 3, although at the cost of my 2 Jupiters, so that's a bitter pill. Um, I can do 4 damage, which is not nothing, but... Oh, you know what I should have done? I can still do this. Oh, but I can't do multi-shot now. Oh, no! That could not have gone worse. Alright, that one's on me for not thinking. I think it's going to be a lot of these. I am not feeling super on the ball. The more I play this, the more I'm feeling very airheaded. But tell you what, I'm gonna take a little bit of time to refill my water and just sort of reorient myself. I do actually feel a little bad because, again, we spent that time on Sunshine Heavy Industries, and I haven't really gotten on a roll here. So I feel like I'm kind of sucking with Cobalt Core today. I don't know how fun it is to watch me when I'm scrambling around like this. So I'm going to take a moment for myself. I'm going to see if I can sort of reorient myself to do better in the back half. But for that, I'm gonna take a small break and just see if I can shake the fuzz out. So I will see you all in a little bit. All right, sorry about the time. Let's see if I can right this ship. So yeah, and I do apologize for the lack of energy and just generally floundering about in the game, but let's not focus on the past and let's see what we can do moving forward. So let's go for 2 Type B cards. Okay, now I think the first thing I'm going to do to try and set things right will be to take a moment and think through the moves that I'm doing right now. So, well, I mean, it's just a game, right? So I'm not exactly torn up about the losses, but it's one of these things where I feel bad about these losses more so because a number of them have been quite careless, and I don't like it when I get in this mode, particularly because, you want to put on a good show for people, and that doesn't necessarily mean that you win all the time, but when I get careless, it usually indicates that maybe I'm not focusing on some of the other things I should be working on. So let's think a little bit about the move that I have in front of me right now. There are 2 ways that I can avoid the damage from the cicada, and one would be to play the basic dodge and move 2 out of the way. The alternative is to put one of Jupiter's moons in front to take the damage, but that stops me from doing damage next turn. I think I'm going to settle for doubling up the basic dodge. Now that closes me off from future dodges. I could also try the shield surge, because I believe this is going to recharge its shield next turn anyway, so let's go for this shield surge, which I wasn't actually planning on doing. Okay. This is a bit of a shame, actually. So you can see here, we can do a fair hit, but... Okay. So again, I'm faced with the question, am I willing to lose a Jupiter drone in order to do the damage? We only have 2 attacks. Well, I don't think I have an option as far as what happens to this drone, but what we can do is I can use a basic dodge to put one of these guys out. Then I can lunge. Yeah. Okay, so he's going to be raising his shields again. I might as well put the moons out, so we can do one of those. Okay. This should hopefully be enough to take them out. Ooh, the acid cannon's very tempting. Yeah, we're going to do that. Ticking damage, especially when I sometimes struggle to get the attacks in the right place, seems like the right way to go. I don't think I can get more than 1 tough enemy. We're guaranteed to run into an artifact, so I suppose the question is, do I value the artifact that comes after the strong enemy encounter, or do I like the idea of 2 unknown energy signatures? I may regret this, but I actually want to see what happens with the 2 unknown energy signatures. Unmanned ship up ahead, and it's hailing us? Well, back. How may I help you? Let's do 2 random to IA. Do you need any other assistance? No, thank you. You may shut down now. Yes, command. It's hard seeing an AI in that kind of state. Oh boy, the gnat. This is a character building fight for me. No! Oh my god, I am a moron. Alright. Now this is a real shame I can't do the acid cannon, but let's do the lunge. Okay. Now the challenge here is that I didn't have a backup, but we can at least dodge with the drone. Okay, so they're gonna move aside. So I do have the option of just blocking everything. I think I'll opt for that. Okay, we're back to the same spot. So now I guess my option is, yeah, let's put a drone in front. Okay, Flux. Whenever your ship attacks, it gains a temp shield decreased by 1 at the end of the turn, or a big shield. I'll go for Flux. Hey, I have this extra scaffolding lying around. I think it would look great right in the middle of your ship. It's also a great tax write-off. What do you think? Sure. This looks better, I guess? No refunds. How's the ship running? Oh, as good as can be expected. By which I mean bad. Did I shoot my own ship? I don't... Oh, no. I crashed the drone into my own ship, Dendrian. There isn't actually any shots from the Jupiter, which takes some getting used to. How are you doing, by the way? For those of you who don't know him, Dendrian is a great friend of the channel's. He is he's actually a pretty diverse streamer. He was playing a lot of my time at Sandrock before. I actually found him through Against the Storm, which will be getting its 1.0 version. I actually think it is kind of annoying that you are not one of the broadcasters that they're, touting as part of the promotion for that game, because you have not only have you played that game at a very high level, but you are very, very dedicated in terms of covering it. But in any case, he's currently doing Final Fantasy IX. He is a lot of fun to hang around with, and someone who, if you want to just sort of relax in the background, you can do that, but he's actually also very good to interact with. I must confess, Dendrian, I've been kind of sucking today, both as a broadcaster, but also in terms of Cobalt Core, so I appreciate you hanging out. But yes, I'm very happy that I finally get a chance to talk about you while you're here in my own broadcast, because I feel like I've been, I've been falling behind on that. So, anyways, let's go for the upgrade. And I do like the idea of even more damage. Wow, cool. Shield reserves permanently gain +2 max shield on pickup. Thanks, Dendrian. I hadn't figured that one out. Okay, well, this seems like a sensible one for us to move to the side. Now, unfortunately, we're going to fall to the missile. But that's not... In my view, that's not the end of the world, because that's just avoiding another source of damage in future. So it would have been nice to have the acid cannon at the start, but can't pick when these things come up. So we'll do Jupiter's moon, then we'll move, and then we'll put the attack drone up. So this missile's gonna stick around. This would normally be the point where I'd sort of hope for a... I would have hoped for something like a... something to move the middle around. But what I'm going to do instead is I'm going to launch Jupiter's moons. So now I can lunge to the left and give myself a shield surge. Okay. Now again, this is one of these examples where I didn't exactly think things through, because if I want to do flux, I need... that's all well and good. Well, let's give it a try. Okay, so that counts as one attack. That's actually not very good for me, but we're not gonna like permanently lose. So multi-shot should see this through to the end. Let me know literally everything you can tell me, Dendrian. I need a lot of help. Detecting a minefield up ahead. Oh wow, with a lot of exploded ships inside. Let's stop and look for cool stuff. We'll probably barely explode at all. Let's go for the first one. Piercer, first attack, each turn pierces. Nice, let's get out of here. We'll go for an upgrade. I don't think there's an option, so Meowdy, not in front of everyone, please. Can I get you anything? Let's upgrade. Ooh. Okay. Let's see if I can deliver something a little more impressive than our last couple runs. So let's start with Jupiter's moons, then we'll hit the multi-shot just so we can start off with some decent damage. And I'm going to do the shield surge. We'll still be hurting for shields, but at least we'll have the capacity up. Okay, so I have to do the acid cannon in this case. That's, just the ability to do the ticking damage is too tempting otherwise. And again, this is it's a shame because it would be nice if I could avoid It'd be nice if I could like avoid the damage, but all that I really do by moving one way or the other is if removing my damage mitigation, and then I either take more damage or I take the same damage but remove my ability to mitigate in a future turn. Put all your Gregs in one basket and then guard that basket with your life. You can't make a Tomlet without breaking a few Gregs. What are your recommendations in terms of ludicrously capacious bags at parties? Okay, so Solar Breeze will let me put up another one of Jupiter's moons. Again, Flux only counts as one shot. So probably just as well to do the basic shot. We're still going to get hit for 2, and we're going to lose our entire group. I think I'll go for the block here. Oh, it would have been nice to hit him with another acid cannon, but okay, so we can do Jupiter's moons. Now I can lunge. If I lunge 2 to the right, that's probably better for me, all told. So that does put me on a collision course with this attack, but I may not have made life better for me, actually. Okay, this is a really dangerous situation for me to be in. So that's got 12 hull. I can bring up one of Jupiter's moons and hit him with a multi-shot. I don't think this is going to be enough to kill it. But that is going to be enough to kill me. Oh no, I'll have 1 more health left. Nope, my bad. Great if you need to bring a sack, lunch, and some shoes. All right. Again, the random attacks have always worked well for me. I'm gonna move right at the start just because I want to avoid the damage. Turns out I could have avoided the damage in a different way, so I should maybe slow down a little bit. This will do some hull damage, otherwise I wouldn't have done the multi-shot, but... And then I will build up my dodge. Okay, it could have been a little nicer in terms of moving where I wanted them to. We'll move 1 to the side, we'll throw these out, and... I will at least get my shields up. Okay, let's shift you over. Now, dodge isn't exactly a hardship here. There we go. Barrage is interesting because all of the drones should stay in the same spot. Hey, I have this extra scaffolding lying around. I think it would look great right in the middle of your ship. Also, it's a great tax write-off. What do you think? Sure. Looks better, I guess? No refunds. Now, I have no idea where this shield drone came from. Presumably that's from the bad guy, maybe? It looks like it's pointing in the wrong direction for me. Now, this is one of these cases where being able to... Like, if I... So, first of all, if I had piercing, that would be amazing. Ooh. All right. So I'm going to say 2 can play at that game. I'm going to kill their shield unit. Now, the good news here, as long as these are... well, these are probably going to be drones now that I think of it. So we're basically going to wind up playing the same drone control game. So let's get a block up in prep. Okay, that's a Mark II, so... Well, here's what I'll do. I'll launch, and then I can shift my way out of the... Well, I get hit on the other side, but at least it's not in a sensitive spot. Would have been nice if I could have done 6 damage with Jupiter's moons, but there you have it. I think if I do one of these, I can avoid damage entirely. Okay. This is probably just going to result in more shields for them. There we go. All drones and missiles instantly take a turn, so this can be devastating. Yeah. Let's try our luck with a boss. Dead or alive, baby? Alive! No. Oh, actually, the drones are only controlled by my actions, so that doesn't mean a whole lot. I probably should have thought that through. Okay, well, let's make what we can of the turn. This is going to sting a little bit, but it's very hard to turn down an attack like that on the middle of the enemy ship. So would have been nice if I had something to shift them to the left. Sadly, I don't, but we'll make the most of the opportunity. Would have been nice to do the block shot in retrospect, but... Now, the fact that we're targeting the middle... Oh, man, what a letdown. It's close, but it's not exactly what we need. All right. That was one of my better runs against the humble approach. I will settle for the space mine. Prepared batteries, extra energy on the first turn, premeditation, start with a glissade, or hull plating. I would not normally go for something like hull plating, but I'm not that convinced by the temporary bonuses at the start, so... Hey, sup? Can I get you anything? Let's do an upgrade. Come to think of it, radio control's really not that good. So... Bigger barrage is what I'm looking for. Cockpit lock-on, happy to have weak cockpits on the enemy. Let's go for the upgrade. Howdy, salutations. Can I get you anything? Big space mine. Why not? Rad. Ah, if only I had something to get through shields. That would have been... That was my last run. It's a modest start, but... Okay, so oh right, this is retaliation, so I want to be thoughtful on this one. Basic dodge is the better one for me to go with. Okay, now this seems like an opportunity to do a ridiculous amount of damage, so... And... we'll go for the Striker Squadron again. I pretty much have to go for Drone Piercer here. As much as I like Daka Drum, Drone Piercer, if we can get a setup like we had before, that's basically going to melt any ship we run into. Meowdy! Not in front of everyone, please. Can I get you anything? More upgrades. So Striker Squadron, we can get rid... No, we would have the exhaust. We get rid of that penalty... next turn. I do rather like that idea. 2 attacks from the lunge is also not a bad one. But getting rid of that penalty on Striker Squadron is too good to pass up. Of course we get a cockpit targeting and then fight an enemy without a cockpit. Alright. So I can reduce damage. I think I'll accept the... I'll accept a little hull damage, or not hull, even hull damage, but I'll accept a bit of a poke, just so I can get some more damage out. So this is going to be fun. Our best option here would be Barrage A. I wish I had some way of taking out that attack, but... Okay, let's work with what we've got before I start adding any more ships. Yep, there we go. That was a pretty good run against that one. So I can do an inverter to convert shields into overdrive. We don't have a whole lot of shields to work with. We've got Bay Overload, so this will cause missiles and drones to launch backwards for 2 turns. Or an energy drone to beam 1 energy at its target per turn. This seems very good. May be hard to work inside of my overall plans, but let's see what we can do. So we've got Simplicity on pickup, remove 3 cards, Jupiter Drone Hub V2. So replaces Jupiter drones. They are free to launch. Wow. Hey, books. Hello? 1. Did it work? Whoa! Ta-da! How did you do that? Crystals are magic. It's scientifically proven. Excuse me? I couldn't help but notice that you have a special role in this time loop. Can I join your crew one of these times? I don't see how we could stop you. Okay, see you real soon. Well, I guess we now know one of the mystery characters. All right. It'd be nice if we had some kind of stun attack, but I'll settle for what I got. So you can notice, right, this is why we went for that piercing. Destroying this... Okay, that's fun. I'm going to go for the lunge, though. Just the ability to... Like, the thing that I'm going to try this time around is just to spit as much damage out as possible. Whether or not that works is a whole other question, but... Woken from sleep mode. All right. I don't have anything to direct the ships with, sadly. I really don't want to move from this spot right now, so... That's interesting. I'm content to wait on this. Whenever this ship is shot, the part that was hit gains armor for the rest of the turn. Okay, so this is going to get a little awkward for a bit, but let's... So it seems right to move to the side here. Would have been nice to have the Striker Squadron come out, but I think I can live with the loss of that. Looks like we can also... Okay. Yeah, I'm okay losing that, especially because they're going to damage themselves for 2. Oh, sorry, that was more than 1. All right, that's a little bit more... I'll admit, we lost a bit more than I wanted out of that, but... let's go for... That's going to hit my comms. It's not a whole lot of sense doing that, is there? But then I'm gonna... Well... I'll lunge first. I think I'll just live with what I've got. Actually, what I should have done was just move this stuff over to the left by 1, but that's fine. We'll do that next time. Again, they should probably move to... Oh, that's a great opportunity. So, so if I do one of these, now I can hit it with the barrage. Moving space mine. I like the moving space mine. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Faulty jump point. We are way too close to a black hole. How close is too close? If we don't jettison something right now, we are in serious trouble. I think I can lose the shield surge. We can pass the event horizon a little, as a treat. That's not funny. Or maybe he said, can we? Okay, so I'm going to have to move if I want to make anything out of this. Oh, this is going to get awkward. Okay, yeah, see, I wanted a Jupiter Eclipse that, but... Okay, well that's just a bit of a shame. Let's just settle for a basic block and see where the rest of the turn takes us. Now that is good. I don't mind building myself up for the next turn. Okay, well, seems like moving 1 to the left makes a whole lot of sense. I don't have a whole lot of defensive options. We are going to take some damage off of this, but let's at least maximize what we can do. So I was going to do the energy drone, and then I realized I could win. Okay, let's do the solar breeze, because that's going to be good for getting more... Ah, hell. These things are a bit of a pain. Ugh, no cockpits, of course. All right, Jupiter Eclipse. Parallel shift. So I can shoot, or I can try and get some extra energy for next turn. I'm going to try the extra energy. I may regret it, but... this is a promising start. I wonder if there's a way for me to make this... We'll see. Okay. Now I wonder if this goes through my cockpit, or my hull. It probably will. I only get one of these moves, so I don't think... Yeah, we'll just end the turn. Okay. Nice start. Unfortunately, I don't get to do much with the Jupiter Eclipse because I don't want to lose the item. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. To start. I'm basically putting myself right into harm's way. But there is a plan. I should have played basic shift. That's fine. I'll get through it. Now I can't play this mine here because that's gonna hit this Jupiter drone. But if I move one to the left, then I play this mine. Now we're in good shape. And for good measure, I'm gonna play the other mine. Okay. So this should be a win. I may have just made it harder than it needs to be, though. Okay. 4 damage with a batch of ships is really tempting. Photon condensers, all of Dizzy's card attacks deal +1 damage. Wave control, gain 3 drone shift to the first. I think we gotta do Photon. Every 4 Isaac cards played gain a bubble. The next object you launch will have a bubble shield. That's nice for defense. So do we go for the unknown or do we go for another enemy? We are very close to a final fight with the core. Let's try our luck. Okay, this is not that hard of a start, but I'm not going to be able to build a whole lot of momentum because of this missile bay. So what am I going to do about that? I think... Definitely block. So this is just protecting me from the 2 missiles that are showing up. Okay. Slightly tempting to go for Striker Squadron here, but... Okay, so if I do a... So we'll start with a space mine. Ooh, that made life a little more difficult for me. Now, I'm going to move one left on the ship. So I'll still get hit by one of the missiles, but I don't... Like, it's not going to be as bad. I'm going to lose all of my turrets, or my drones and such, but it should take some damage for destroying the space mine. Cool. So... Battalion looks mighty tempting. I think I'm going to go for the Solar Breeze, though, because that's how I wind up with a whole bunch of drones. Okay, this could potentially be... Like, this can either be an awesome run, or this could end in complete disaster. I gotta be very, very careful how I do this. I think I'm gonna end the turn. Again, if that thing was doing its super attack, that would have been better, but I gotta work with what I've been given here, right? So, well, there's the super attack. Glorp, glop. All right, how do I make this work for me? I'm not taking any damage off of this, so I shouldn't be trying to get too clever with what's going on. There is an argument for the energy drone. Yeah, we're gonna leave it like that. Okay. Gonna move one to the left. I'm trying to think, how can I maximize the damage off of this stuff? Solar Breeze I know is going to give me another chance to, well, I don't think it hurts to have a whole bunch of these things kicking around. And then we'll get rid of one of the Abyssal Visions. So again, we'll take some damage, and some serious damage off of this, but we're in a good spot to really deliver some pain. As long as they move in the right spot, though. This thing's unforgiving. Okay, we should be able to make something happen out of this. Oh, I don't have any attacks. That's a real shame. Well, like, what am I gonna do about this, right? I can't undo the enemy's moves. So here's what we're gonna do instead. I'm gonna move like so. Let's get a nice little conveyor belt of doom going. That's gonna be tasty. What does radio control do? Well, it depends. I don't think I have the artifact here, but there are... If I have... let me see here. So right now it's just a liability, but there are a couple of abilities that will give me bonuses in terms of... Like if there's a turret in front of radio control, it will actually do more damage. Okay, so barrage has worked well for us in the past. I'll continue with that. Wave control. So maneuvering the drones helps. Gain 1 energy every time you spend 3+ playing a card. That would be helpful in some cases. But I think I'm going to go for wave control here. Good afternoon. Is it? Can I help you get anything? I don't think we're ready to... We're not quite at a point where I need to repair, so let's go for an upgrade. And, so we get a free front-loaded blast, or... I think I'm going to go for the beefier barrage. For some reason, I thought this was the Cobalt Core. Clearly, we're not there yet. Okay, so let's start with the... Now, I suppose I could avoid some damage here. Yeah, this is a good idea to do, actually. So, Solar Breeze it, Jupiter Eclipse... Look at that! That's why we went for that armor penetration. Okay, so this should win. Dreadnought, the Dreadnought. Endless Magazine, a couple of chip shots, or parry. Ooh. I think we're going to go for the parry. High frequency intercom, draw 2 every turn. You're offered 1 less card in post-battle. That's tempting. Gain energy every time you destroy a mid-row object. Genesis, wasteful amount of packaging. Let's go for the high frequency intercom. We're not really going to run into that much more in terms of extra cards anyway. Okay, this is a good start. Trying to think if I want a lunge or a basic shot, but I think in this case basic shot is sufficient. Okay. I can pretty easily dodge with my ship, but I'm actually going to control for reasons that'll probably be obvious in just a moment. So look how much damage this winds up doing. Again, I'm pretty much, whenever I can, I'm going for a damage card just because being able to throw as much stuff out at the enemy is the key to victory here. Howdy. Hi. Can I get you anything? Let's upgrade a card. Keeping that in the hand is actually a really good idea here. Neat. My brain itches. Ah, you all again. An extraplanar being. Neat. What do you value most? Damage? Then it is yours. Thanks. So clearly, if we can get multiple drones firing out that ephemeral blast, that is preposterously good. Hello, hello. Can I get you anything? More upgrades. 2 damage seems good. Permanent shield looks pretty good out of that one. So again, here I'm really just looking to maximize damage at this point. Wow, cool. Oh, I like this fight, but man, this is going to be a bit character building. So I'm going to shift over here. Oh, that one wasn't such a good idea. Alright, I gotta live with my choice. Now we wait for that corrosion to work. Indeed, although it would be nice if I had a bit more to show for my turn. Oh, I should have done the space mining. I'm not ready for a front-loaded blast. That's... Well, actually, it doesn't exhaust anymore, so... Screw it. Okay, we definitely don't do ephemeral blast here. Deflection might be an idea. Well, let's see what we can pull off with this. Oh, well, I can't deflect. Alright, never mind. I think I'm just gonna have to take the damage and be sad about it. I can't move these guys like this. So again, we're getting chipped away at a time we can't really afford it, but... Now this thing's got 19 hull left. I wish I wouldn't take that 3 damage, but... So yeah, I would have preferred to go in a little stronger. Let's do the overloaded generator. Take the artifact. We should, as long as this isn't a tough fight. Oh my god. These things are a real pain. Okay, well, we're gonna do the energy drone so that we can build up. Parallel shift's not a terrible idea in this case. And I'm gonna stay put. Okay, so it's gonna dodge the first attack. Not 100% sure how I feel about this, to be honest. Oh, this is a winner. Brimford, hello there. Would you care to engage in some debate? Talk about the issues? I've got nothing but time on my hands. We can do this over and over. So we can turn an upgrade A card into B, gain an annoyance, turn a B into an A, gain an annoyance. No thanks. Well, goodbye now. Definitely repairing before we fight the core. Hi, sup? Can I get you anything? Also, just there aren't that many upgrades that I want to do anymore, so repairs complete. Back in again? Yep, I survived 3 milliseconds last time. A new record. What if you did get full control? I'm afraid of that. Okay, so we've got 45 hull. We need to hold on until we can deliver a real killer. But I can set myself up with a few nasty shots at the start. I gotta be careful how I do this, though. I think I'm gonna move this time. I blew this, but that's fine. I'll make it work. So, pretty good start against the core, I say. Okay, so 12 damage. That's game over. You are growing stronger. Who shall it be this time? I think we've been focusing on Dizzy's story here. I've been doing some reading. You know, in my free time between the eternities and a timeless void. I saw. The Cobalt, the time crystal embedded in the core. That's you, right? It was. So then the core, it was like an egg? Egg, seed, sentient singularity. You do not have a perfect word for it. Egg. Got it. T minus 137 days. I cast fireball. Yeah. So I cast fireball on my own sword. The sword erupts in an extremely cool blaze of flame. Your goblin attackers step back, filled with a terrible fear. The type of fear that makes them take an additional 50% damage on your next attack. Nice. I hold the sword to the sky and cast Mighty Yell. What do you yell exactly? I yell, I'm gonna get your butts with my cool flaming sword! Ha! The damage boost goes up by 60%. Yes! Hey, what are you guys playing? Chess? Can I play? Alright, that was a pretty good... I mean, like, this is one of these ones where I feel 50-50 because it was... Like, that was a very convincing win against the core. And yes, I own the collection of items that I got over time. There's obviously a couple that wound up being sort of these white elephants. So which one was it? Radio control, I think, is... Tempmine, were you telling me how to play the game during Cobalt Core? Is that what SS2 Barrage means? But yeah, like, that was a convincing win against the core, and it's always... Okay, don't do that, especially when you tell me, what does radio control do? Like, how many times are we going to have this conversation? I will tell you, it is a lot easier for me to just get rid of people who do stuff like that. And I feel that we've talked enough times about the fact that I don't want to be told how to play games that I'm thinking we're getting to that point. So yeah, the tricky part with this one for me is that I think, yeah, like I said, I mean, I own the decisions that I make over the course of the game. So building up an arsenal that allowed me to get that win is something that I should at least, acknowledge. But the fact of the matter is that this relied a lot on Drone Piercer. So I'm not entirely convinced that I would be able to win with the Jupiter without the Drone Piercer. But then again, there's also the questions like, maybe I should stop doing that extra scaffolding, because that just seems to extend the surface that the enemy can attack, whereas I already have drones that kind of get in the way there. So I'm not sure. I'll see. I'm probably going to stick with the Jupiter just because I don't have other ships to work with anyway. But yeah, I don't know. I do feel that as good as it was to win, especially after a really rough start at the beginning, I do feel I may be over-relying on the Piercer, and it'll be interesting to see if I can pull off a win after... without that augment. Okay, books. An alchemist. Her cards use Shard as a resource to power up defense, movement, and mid-row actions. This will definitely be a fun one to look at. And we got an achievement, unlock books. So there is one other unknown character. So the next ship is So the problem with this one for this next ship is I do actually want to unlock the stories for Dizzy and Perry. So I'm not going to be getting this ship for a while just because this isn't the way that I want to play the game. Now if I think about it, we've got... Well, okay, so if I get one more win with Dizzy, then we unlock Dizzy's story. And then if we get 3 wins with Perry, we move Perry out. So that would bring us up to 9 of 10 wins. So it's actually possible, if I get lucky, that we unlock the stories for Dizzy and Perry, and then the next run actually is the one where I unlock both ships. That'll be kind of fun. Now, I'm actually kind of tempted to see how Books works. The big challenge here is that I kind of have an understanding of how this group works now, and it would be interesting to see if this can be refined to a point where I feel like I can make the combo work in all situations. Or I can try Books with one of the other ships. It's a tough call. I think we're going to go for the old team with the Jupiter again. Now, I'll just caution you, looking at the time, I do want to be kind of strict in terms of finishing the stream, so I may have to come back to this next week. But let's do the best that we can with the Jupiter and see where we wind up. Okay, system time corrupted. Please select a boot option, remove a card, then gain 1 of 3 common cards. Gain a random rare card, or remove 2. I tend to like going for the random stuff. Shield gun, that's not going to help me too much because I don't have much in terms of shields, but let's see how it all goes. So, Jupiter's moons, move 1 to the right, and the question is, well, let's go attack drone and a multi-shot. Okay. Again, most of that was spent clearing through the enemy's shields, which is always a shame. The shield gun would be a particularly bad choice right now. Let's do a parallel shift. That's so that I can deploy one of Jupiter's moons. And we do take a rather nasty... actually, no, we'll just shift. I could have shifted before if I was thinking, but... Okay, this should be good for us. Yeah, you know what? Let's just... I feel it's a little wimpy to go for a repair yard this early. The upgrades are... Actually, no, hang on. The upgrade to the acid would be really good there. Solar flare. Due to intense astronomical activity nearby, you and the enemy ship gain 1 heat before the start of your turn. Okay, this is actually a big problem. Because I don't have the hull to sustain this the way that Wizbro does. And Wizbro also gets to pull out... teammates, so this is going to be quite a challenging run. So there's a couple things that I can do to improve the situation for myself. Getting in a position to defend is one of those. Oh man, I wish I could... Yeah, let's do the acid cannon. Okay, so we're going to take damage off of the flare this time. I guess I got to get rid of Toxic here. And we'll bring Isaac back. So again, if it's momentum, or not momentum, if it's an endurance run, you know, we've sort of started to get things back into our favor, but man, I'm really not looking forward to all the damage that we're gonna take off of the flares. Okay, I don't want to boost my heat through miasma. Lunge would be a good start. So the question is, do I want another Jupiter's Moons, or do I want to do the extra damage? I guess with the 2, this could be a winner for us, so... Now, given that we have something that dumps out our shields in the form of an attack, let's go for boost capacitors in this case. Grandma! Hello, dearies. What brings you to Grandma's Bakery and Weapon Market today? Weapons. Carrot cake. Both? Have a look around. So, 1 treat, please, or can we use your trash can? Let's go for a treat. Okay, I'll take it. Enjoy! Okay... I pretty much have to move no matter what, so... It's what I do next that's the real question. I can get 2 attacks in, which isn't gonna really move the needle that much. I can also bring out a drone in case they want to move to inconvenience me. I think we'll just go for the damage. This works rather nicely, actually. Okay, the shield gun's not quite making me sing yet, but... Well, I can't do that now, so... that should be... Oh, nuts! Gotta pay attention. That's fine. Okay, that's a bit more of a pain to deal with. Now, I'm curious if the corrosion just gets applied no matter what. Unfortunately, I do need to lunge out of the way, so we're gonna kind of bank the turn in this case. He'll come into range for us, so there we go. So this is a case where, well, actually the shield gun's not going to do the trick, but the multi-shot should. There we go. This... Alright. I'm never going to go easy on you guys. Don't embarrass yourself. Okay, so... Jupiter again. I feel like Scattershot helps me quite a bit. Okay, the lunge doesn't do anything for me. I think we'll just go for the vanilla. Well, I mean, it helps me in terms of damage. Okay, this is not my favorite, but let's go for the acid cannon. Now, if I was... No, hang on, Jupiter's Moons wouldn't have changed that. So I'm going to take some damage and lose my turret, both of which are a shame. But it was still worth it. Now, the tricky problem I need to deal with here is how do I... So I can parallel shift, which opens me up to attack, but it preserves the turret. I think the answer here is just to do the multi-shot and then the basic shot. Okay, so I've got a basic dodge, that's nice. Now I can't lunge just because that puts me in an awkward spot. This should be sufficient to win. No. Because I forgot about the shield. Darn it. Oh no, hang on. I had the calculation right. I just forgot the time where it was going to go in. Okay. So this isn't as good just because of the like the individual turret attacks. Like those still just count as one attack. I think sidestep's probably more my thing. So the question is, do I want to try and get another artifact? Yeah, I probably want to go for another artifact just because I know that if I get armor piercing, then that trivializes the the game. Okay, I'm probably going to go for Glissade, but let's do Jupiter's Moons first. Yeah, so Scattershot and Glissade would be an absolute disaster of an idea. But I can basic dodge, send out the drone. Okay. So this should do some serious work. Overpower is very tempting, especially relative to the other choices. Weapon's hot. All right, so let's see if I can make some magic happen on this one. Man, this is a risky way to start, but I'm going to overpower in Jupiter's Moons. So I better hope that I can make this. Good God. I did not think that one through. So Multi-Blast will do 8, but they've got 12 left. And I just lost a lot of hull off of that, so I think I'm going to roll the dice on a Scattershot. Cool. Okay. Mitosis. At the start of your turn, lose 1 shield and then gain twice as much temp shield. That's a cool idea, but it just doesn't work for me. Your first attack each turn pierces. Sharp edges every time your discard pile is... let's go for Piercer. Hey, bud. Hi. Can I get you anything? Let's do an upgrade. This is obviously a dangerous move, but I want to get that big acid cannon hit and assume that if we can pass the crystalline entity, then we're going to see it through. So this is kind of an all or nothing prospect. So I could have increase my damage if I did that at the start. I wasn't really I was thinking much more about avoiding the damage. So let's see if I can. Okay, so if I think I got a multi-blast and multi-shot. Definitely an acid cannon on this one. Even though I'm going to take 2 damage off of that, that is just way too powerful of an attack to turn up. And that wins. So obviously, we're not going to fully heal off of this, but that was still the right call. I'm really not sure how I feel about the energy drone, but I don't like the other options, so that's more of a I'm mad. This one will kill me. So permanently gain +1 max shield on pickup, gain 1 shield at the start of every turn. If the shield was already full, take 2 hull damage. Dirty engines, gain 1 extra energy every turn, add trash to your draw pile every 2 turns. So this is a pretty... I feel like this is a fairly... Well, no, actually, so the net amount that I get off of that is better. We don't destroy that many mid-row ops. Let's try dirty engines. Got another crystal chunk for science. You sure you should be touching that? It's fine. I'm more interested in the effect it has on you. On me? Yeah, look, your holographic matrix. It's flickering. So what? And if I hold it closer... What? What is it? Interesting. Yeah, the scatter shot is a... Sorry, Snakebird Priestess. I'd started off really, really careless today, so I've gotten a little too much tunnel vision for the stream. I'm sorry if you felt unwelcome. But yeah, it's especially because, like, the way I used to play, so I've maxed out Rig's storyline, because for me, I really like evasion a whole lot, and I'm a bit of a control freak, so the whole idea of just these like contradictory movements all over the place while I'm trying to keep track of a middle row just adds a whole other dimension that I'm not ready for. But it is, you're absolutely right, it is fun. Okay, let's do Jupiter, and then we'll throw in an attack drone for good measure. I don't want to lunge. Well, I can lunge, actually. Yeah, why not? Well, now I've gone and done it. The best option here is still the multi-blast and the multi-shot, but the real shame is that I don't have the middle row movement to really make this sing. So I think this is just gonna suck. Well, actually, with Jupiter's moons, if I parallel shift... There we go. I guess I'll buy myself a shield surge. So I don't think the scatter shot will work because it has to hit to move the enemy ship the other way. I can, however, take advantage of the glissade to move the opposite direction. And then just throw the rest away. Okay, have to trash it. Overpower is not a bad idea. Yeah, so we actually do a ridiculous amount off of that. Okay, I do like multi-shot. So I don't think we need to repair quite yet. I'm curious about the mystery. Well, see, the repair would let me go after the unusually strong enemy. Okay, let's see if we can get an upgrade. Howdy, salutations. Can I get you anything? I mean, I could also see what Fight Me does. Cool. I can actually see how that would be really, really helpful. I think I'm going to settle for just a big old punch right to the face is very simple for me, so I hope you're all ready for a bruising. All right. Bravely sidestepping my responsibilities. Jupiter's moon and overpower seems good. I just wish I had a better answer for how I'm getting rid of this rather nasty, actually two rather nasty strikes on my weak points. Best I can do is that. Well, I mean, I could have gone the other way, and that might have even been wiser. I could parallel shift, which would basically destroy everything. I think I'm going to go for the overpower. We'll throw out the trash. So we'll take a nasty hit. But the hope here is that we're going to be able to make that up with the damage we do to the enemy. Okay. Definitely some interesting possibilities here. Unfortunately, it's another big hit from the enemy. Next two moves will fail. Okay. I probably just killed the run here. Well, we're not exactly in great shape for what we're about to face, but we survived. All right. How am I going to get out of this one? Okay, so my glissade would move, so we get 1, 2 over here. This one gets out of the way. Okay, so glissade definitely frees me up. So this is throwing away the allied unit, but frankly at this point, survival is the key, so... Oh, actually I can use Solar Breeze as well. You know what? We'll just focus on doing the damage. Now we can't turn around sidestep, so... This is more about getting the option to move it in future. Okay, so I definitely want to take advantage of the acid cannon. Now, unfortunately, we also get a multi-shot for our trouble, or I can set up the next Jupiter's moon. I think multi-shot's the right call here. Okay, this gives me something to think about. I don't see your health could be doing better. I hope your ship feels better soon. All right. So realistically, it is 4 damage this turn. The funny thing is, I'm actually able to absorb 4 damage this turn, so... And even better, I can actually throw up one of my Jupiter's moons. It means that I have to deal with the trash next turn, but this buys me more time. Survived another volley for now. Okay, so... Again, every turn is another turn that the acid does its thing. Oh, Jesus. Okay, time for the legendary scatter shot. No, I didn't plan that right. All right. We still do the damage, even if it means that I wind up picking up trash. Oh, that is so upsetting. I don't do enough damage. Okay, well, that's fine. This isn't fatal, so we know we're getting another turret. Oh, that's right, the corrode. I cannot believe we survived that. I'm going for the escalate just because, again, the extra damage, if you can bleed that over all of the different drones, that really helps a lot. Every time an attack misses an enemy by exactly one space, the enemy takes 1 damage. I feel that that's fighting the last battle. Overcharger, every 4th turn gave an overdrive. That can actually be really helpful. And all of Dizzy's card attacks deal +1 damage. I don't think Dizzy is my main source of attacks, though. Yeah, we have exactly 2 Dizzy damage cards. One of which we don't actually use. No, sorry, that's 3. I mean, again, multiplied over multiple... No, I prefer Overcharger, I think. Oh, man. I really gave myself an exciting run, didn't I? Okay, parallel shift is the right call here. I'm not crazy about the fact that I'm going to send this thing to die, but I do have 4 damage that I get to do with this. I'm actually, ready or not, I am actually pretty sure we're ready, yeah. Okay, that missile's going to be a pain to deal with. Should probably chuck out the trash. Actually, to be honest here, I think we just relax this turn. Okay. One of these. This will defend me. If I do the scatter shot, I wind up hurting myself. Okay. This can get interesting. So if we do Jupiter's moons, then we do a solar breeze. Oh man, I really want that acid cannon, but that missile's just waiting to rock me. This thing's got 10. Man, if we had the piercing, this would have ended the fight already. Okay, you only YOLO once. There you go. I'm still going for escalation. Fracture detection. I need help! Ah! My drone should be able to find that brittle point pretty fast. Okay, so 1 to the left buys me time. Let's get some defenses up. And I hit the armored area because I'm focusing on the wrong stuff. So we can buy a little bit more with the multi-shot that way. Okay, if I can move one to the left, that's great, but I don't think I have the option. So I think this is a loss. Well, let's just see what we can pull away. So if I do Glissade, that moves me... Yeah, that still moves me in missile damage range. Yeah, I'm moving deck chairs on the Titanic here. Well, at least we found the brittle spot. Oh well. To be fair, I mean, we were going to be heading into another hard fight on 1 health. I am reasonably happy that we were able to survive the on 1 health the fights that we did. So again, I'm not trying to completely absolve myself of a pretty questionable performance there, but this is one of these cases where it was a loss that was a bit more instructive. Now, I must apologize to you, Snakebird Priestess. I was actually getting ready to wrap up on this last run, so I know this is a rather questionable way to finish here, but unfortunately, I do have a big day tomorrow, and I am trying to be as responsible as I can with getting enough sleep. It's an interview and a bunch of other things. But I really do appreciate you sticking by. I have to assume that you came here because of Cobalt Core. I am a massive fan of this game. But I will see what I can do in terms of finding somebody who... Yeah, no worries. I'm pretty relaxed about the interview overall, but... between that and then there's a bunch of other stuff that I need to do with work, and then the fact that I didn't sleep on Monday, I didn't have any sleep at all, and I noticed even though I got a proper bedtime last night, I actually slept in. I don't want to sabotage myself like these runs. But I do appreciate you hanging out and being a good sport about this. So let's see if we can find somebody to raid tonight. Good night to yourself, Tempmine. Got to pay off the sleep debt. Yes. And the thing is that I am definitely of the temperament where I always sort of think that if I'm one of these people who is always like, okay, well, I fell behind though, right? I took a nap, or I just didn't do X, Y, or Z. So, I just need to work a little bit longer, and then, and then I'm ready to, and then I'll catch up. And of course, what happens is I sort of wind up staring at the screen for such a long time, doing absolutely nothing. And, I just get further behind, and then I wind up feeling very, very tired at the end. So I'm not going to do that, and instead I'm going to accept that sometimes I have to hold back and play play a little bit less Cobalt Core. But I do notice that there is a streamer, Lord Gloom, listed as Variety Streamer Cat Cam Art. I noticed there is a nice little cat in the bottom right-hand corner, and I believe the cat cam is the bottom left. So it's always nice to pass along people to the game that they're interested in. I will just mention a couple of streamers that I've noticed that I like watching. IntelliGame is online. I'll actually do a quick... I'll do a quick shout out for IntelliGame. He was playing Cobalt Core a little bit earlier. I don't always get a chance to raid him, but because he's on Slay the Spire now, I just wanted to draw your attention to him. One, because of the fact that he's playing the same game that I was earlier today. He's also just a nice guy. So I figured I'd at least draw your attention to him for the next time that he's playing Cobalt Core. But for the raid today, it is Lord Gloom. Now, as always, whenever raiding, I'm not 100% sure. I haven't seen this broadcaster before. Surely they can't be a bad person if they've got cats on their broadcast. But as for me, I will be back Friday for more Book of Hours. That'll also probably be Monday's broadcast as well. For those of you who like Cobalt Core, I will almost certainly be playing that next Wednesday. And then I don't have any immediate plans for skipping streams on over the Christmas holidays. Normally I do wind up doing a Christmas stream at some time. I'm going to need to sort of, get that, I'm going to need to kind of get that time a little bit more solid. But for those of you that are looking for something to do on Christmas, I know not everybody, has something for Christmas. That's one of the reasons why I do those. I will try and plan that all out when the time comes. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching, and we will see you in the next one. Please enjoy Lord Gloom's stream.